Hello, my name is Dr. Lynda Ince-Greenaway, and I am the author of Hard Truth Growing Out of Adversity. It is my memoir. I would like to take this opportunity to read you a small excerpt from the book. It comes from the introduction, and it will give you a sense of what my book is about. Life offers many opportunities to influence others, and while I did not communicate my thoughts through the written word, I shared my story with many people as they struggled to overcome death, bereavement, loss, sadness, and loneliness. The story I will tell encompasses all of these things, as well as the victories, the hope, and the success I achieved. I am engaging in this project because I want to inspire others to know that it is possible to become resilient by rising above adversity and thus overcoming the disappointments we face and the troubles that threaten to destroy us. During my lifetime, it has been encouraging to see how people found my words inspiring and would ask the inevitable question, so why haven't you written your book? It was a question that often confronted me. Nevertheless, I managed to convince myself that my busy work life and schedule should come first. After all, it was my livelihood that was most important. I was also busy helping other people fulfill their dreams and thereby allowed my dream to fade into the background. The natural lapse of time prevented me from writing my memoir, yet I realized that whenever I verbally communicated my story to others, there was a quiver in my voice and I was reliving the very experiences I tried so hard to shut away. The truth can be hard to process, but whether we accept it or not, truth does not change. Thus, I had to reach a point of acceptance before I appreciated that my story was the legacy I will leave behind. I wanted to step off the proverbial merry-go-round, reflect and draw meaning from different elements of my life. The other point worth mentioning as I introduce the thoughts in my book is that it wasn't until I began to think about what constitutes success that the realization of my personal achievements against a backdrop of adversity became evident. In a real sense, it was hidden beneath the rubble of loss, pain, and anguish. It was sometimes disguised by putting on a brave face. Death is not all bad. Therefore, I had to search diligently for the good and how it is possible to develop an overcoming spirit. This is a task that was demanding and time consuming. It required motivation, visualization, and a huge emotional investment. My chief aim is to reflect and draw meaning from the various interconnected strands of my life. My Pandora's box is a brown suitcase known as a valise that my husband had travelled with from Barbados to the United Kingdom with all his worldly possessions in it. I was now using it to keep his memory alive. Although I did not see it on a daily basis, I knew that it was there behind the scenes. The need to open it came after I was invited to speak at a Metropolitan Police Conference on the 17th of September 2018. This invitation came after I had attended a yearly remembrance ceremony. As I sat at a table and the guests began to talk about their loved ones, I joined in the conversation. It was after I had spoken about my traumatic experience that Nicola, a police officer, invited me to give a keynote speech at a well-being event about my journey after the loss of my husband. As I prepared my speech, I instantly recognized the hard truth as being a point at which my life was and well-being was suddenly stripped away. The disaster that had befallen me came 1 year after my marriage to Michael and 1 week before the birth of his son. Now here I was, 47 years later, preparing to tell my story in a public arena. In an effort to put the facts together, I instinctively went to my Pandora's box with fear and apprehension. My husband's valise had been shut away in a closet for more than 45 years and was kept from human view. I was afraid of the emotions it would call forth. I was alone on the day I finally opened the valise with its secrets, whereupon I came face to face with the memories that challenged me to write this book. Instantaneously, I fell on my bed and sobbed. The tears came effortlessly, flowing down my cheeks. It was as if I was reliving a truth that occurred many years ago when I was given the tragic news of my husband's untimely demise. The memories were vivid as I relived unspeakable grief and pain. The items I saw were not in any particular order. If anything, the content seemed chaotic, and if it was done in a hurry and without thought, it was overflowing and overwhelming. In many respects, this was a part of my life that had been compartmentalized and hidden for a more convenient time. The items were significant, and each represented an important part of my life. Each item contributed to the story I am about to tell. Thank you very much. This is the first section of my book, the introduction, and I'm happy to share it with you, but I hope that you've been inspired to go out and get the book and read it for yourself. There's so much to tell in this book. If you would like to get your hands on it, please go to either balboapress.com, they're the publishers. You can go to my personal website, which is LyndaInce-Greenaway.com. You can go to Amazon, of course, and you can get it there. Depends on what you would like to do to get it, but you can get it. The other way to get it is to contact me, and my email address is lindalifecoaching@gmail.com. I'd be happy to speak to you and to give you further information if that is what you would like. So take care. Thanks very much for listening. God bless and keep safe. Bye-bye.